Hello, class. This is Professor Rodney Robinson. Welcome to Accounting 2302, Principles of Accounting 2. I will be a professor for the spring 2025 session. Just want to welcome everyone back. Those are returning students, welcome back to California Miramar University. And those who are brand new students, welcome to the university. Looking forward to having a great session with you in 2026. Actually, this is spring 2026. Got to get used to the new year. With that being said, I want to take a few moments to actually go over some of the items that we'll be covering in this 8-week session. Give you a brief overview, and then on Thursday at 5 p.m. we'll do a meet up via my office hours in order to answer any questions you might have still remaining or address any comments or concerns. So with that, I'm going to share my screen, share the Moodle course shell with you in just one moment. All right. As you can see, this is Principles of Accounting 2. I have a bit of a bio profile of myself here. The welcome to the class. Just as a reminder, this is a fully online course. We will not physically meet on campus each week. There is a office hour session on Thursdays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. In that, we will answer any questions over any topics that are of interest or that you need more clarity on. Here is a Zoom meeting link. You simply copy and paste that link into your web browser, and that would take you right into the Zoom classroom, Zoom room, or you can use this link here as well and copy and paste it there. Either way, both methods will work to join Zoom on Thursdays. That'll be this upcoming Thursday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. We'll again meet up just to go over a brief overview of things that you might still have questions on. With that, you have your syllabus. You also have all of the policies on late work, plagiarism, etc. Then we have each week outline with your chapter PowerPoints, your lesson assignments, which you'll be actually doing each week, which will include the key items such as your learning engagements, your weekly accounting problems, and your weekly quiz. In this course, there is no case study. So some of you might be familiar with a case study in some courses. We will not have a case study for this session. You will also have videos that support what we're covering in the current week. And also, you have a few activities you must complete before you start the session. So you really want to have those done uh, prior to starting the course. They're usually going to be something of a pre-course activity, just kind of answering a few questions. First day of class attendance assignment. Complete that. Maybe like a post, discussion post, reply to that, and then everything will open up to you in the ensuing weeks. With that, you also have the midterm, which will be in week 4. Week 4 will be our midterm exam. Will be very similar to the quizzes. There's a few extra questions, more, maybe about 3 to 4 questions more than what you would see on a weekly quiz, more comprehensive in nature, covering multiple weeks. And then, of course, in week 8, you will have your final exam. Again, the unlock system is what is used in order to take the exam. So please make sure you have the minimum requirements met on your PC or your MacBook or what have you. Just make sure that's updated so that you can take those assessments and those weekly assignments. With that, in addition to, of course, your quizzes, your midterm and final, there are learning engagements. Each week, you will have a learning engagement that covers the current week's assignment. Those learning engagements need to be completed in the following way. The first initial uh, post should be completed by Wednesday of the current week. That post should include citations and references and 2 replies to your peers by Sunday. Each of those replies to your peers should also have citations and references because in those replies, you'll probably be expanding on the concept, explaining the concept, or defining the concept. All of those will be coming either from scholarly peer-reviewed articles or from the textbook. Therefore, you would need to cite those responses as well. So every post that you do, you should have a citation and reference. In order to receive full points for learning engagements, you need to have citations in your initial post and in your replies to classmates. You need to identify who you are replying to. If you're replying to a peer, make sure you put their name so they know that you're replying to them so that they get whatever commentary, whatever feedback you want to provide. Also, with that in mind, you have your weekly quizzes and you have your homework, what we call applied accounting problems. So these accounting problems will have within them applicable activities based on the current week. With your learning engagements, there are 2 weeks in which you do not have to provide an initial post and 2 responses to your peers. That is in week two. Week two learning engagement will cover you adding a video presentation. You want to provide one PowerPoint slide along with an uploaded video, much like what you see me doing here, where you have Zoom with a PowerPoint slide. Just one slide is required. You can have more than one, but again, one is the requirement. With that, you want to address that current week's topic. For example, the topic for week two is revenue recognition versus cash flow reporting. Of course, the material, you would already be covering that material and you would just be doing a summary on that particular topic. The rubric is here. How do you receive the maximum of 30 points is based on content and accuracy, presentation organization, and delivery and engagement. That means that you need to have your physical presence on that presentation. We need to see you. We need to see you presenting that PowerPoint slide. So just a post with comments will not meet the requirement. So again, PowerPoint presentation weeks 2 and week 7. So those 2 weeks would be different than what you would do on weeks 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. All right. With that, that covers the assignments that you will encounter, the requirements for each of those assignments. We will cover topics of both financial accounting and managerial accounting. We'll get into the nuts and bolts of the course as we go through each week. As I mentioned before, we will have the office hours whereby if you do have questions, comments, concerns, you can join that office hours and receive additional support. With that, look forward to seeing you in either a office hours or a meetup on week 1 during the office hours time in order to address any questions, comments, or concerns. Looking forward to seeing you very soon.